So the lesson that I will be teaching today is based off of the book Miss Nelson is Missing, I'm sorry, for third graders. So at the end of the lesson, the goal would be for students to identify and develop respect. So the chosen theme for the book is respect. At the end of the lesson, students will be able to give an example of respect, demonstrate respect, and also define respect. For this lesson, I will provide the students with a copy of the book Miss Nelson is Missing, construction paper, markers, crayons, colored pencils, tape, glue, stickers, glitter, paint brushes, and aprons for them to wear over their clothes if they do choose to paint. And so what we're going to be doing is creating cards. Before starting the lesson, I plan to familiarize the students with what respect is. So during this time, I will go over the story map that the students were supposed to fill out. And I will answer any questions that they have. But before I do that, I would want them to turn in the paper. This is a way for me to see if they were listening and taking points or writing down information like they were supposed to. And then after that, we will get started on the art project. This is the fun part of the assignment. A lot of children do not like to read. They like to do hands-on activities. I was one of those students. I did not like to read. Till this day, it's still hard for me to sit down and read it all at once. I take several breaks. But I'm going to have the students find at least one way that the students show respect in the book. And this can be respect to another classmate or respect to the teacher. Looking at the pictures is also a very key way to find the answer to that question. And then after that, we will discuss it as a class about ways that the respect were represented in the book. And after that, I would require for them to construct a card with a message. It has to have a message on it. And the card will go to someone that they think, that they look at and think, oh, I highly respect that person. However, it cannot be someone in their family. Just for the purposes of I would like to do this project at school and keep it at school so they won't have to go home and deliver these cards. And I think it'd be fun that way. By the end, we'll go on a small little in-school field trip and deliver our cards. And I will give them plenty of time to work on it. And I know that in some classrooms there are some students who might have problems or think that this may be too easy. So the students who are English language learners, I plan to modify the lesson by giving them a list of vocabulary words in both languages as well as flashcards. By providing this, they will be able to develop a message on their cards by often referring to the vocabulary list or flashcards for understanding. So if they were trying to figure out what they wanted to say but they couldn't translate it in English, they will have those words sitting next to each other in the vocabulary list or on the flashcards, or maybe even I can provide a dictionary for those students. That way they can figure it out. And for the gifted students, I will give them the option of either presenting their card or typing a letter to the person, and that way it'll give them more time to think. They're putting more thought into it. With the letter, that's actually challenging them by a lot. And for the students with learning disabilities, I will partner those students up with the gifted students so that they can have a guide, a reference, someone there with them. And if I do not have any gifted students in my classroom, then I will do that myself. So I will give them a little bit of time to do that, and then when we're all finished with that, we're going to go and deliver the cards to the people, the recipients of the cards. And to make sure that the students are listening and paying attention, I will use a guided practice method to test the students. And with this, I will have each student orally give me an example of respect. So this will be like on the way out the door. This will be the end of the day activity. Just each student just tell me a way that they show respect, or just something to do with respect, and I would prefer that they not repeat what someone has already said. Oftentimes, letting children respond to a book by drawing a picture or acting out of scene helps them communicate what they have found was most important or confusing or interesting about a book. And that was said by the Arthur Coates in our book. Respect is something that we all must have. In order to get respect, you have to give respect, and vice versa with that. Everyone will be able to go home and share this book with a friend or a family member. And the next day we will start on something new. Thank you.